are playing the Brazilian national team, the Indiana Fever, making their way to Iowa to take on the Brazilians. And guess what? It's sold out in 42 minutes. Tickets going on sale, and we're going to have a packed house. And it didn't take very long for us to realize that. 15,000 plus seats sold out in 42 minutes.
NBA players are in full meltdown mode. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever just sold out a preseason game against Brazil, and some veteran players are losing their minds over it. While they dismiss it as just hype, they're secretly refreshing Ticketmaster, only to find a packed arena. The jealousy is undeniable, the bitterness is loud, and the haters are left speechless. Let's break it all down.
So the Fever are playing in Iowa, and the game sold out in literally, like, it didn't matter how long it took to sell out, you couldn't even get in. If you were there, you probably didn't get a ticket. I would say there were 15,000 tickets. Obviously, I think Iowa season ticket holders got first dibs, which is right if they did. And then you're looking at a situation where basically no Fever fans got them. It's a preseason game. This is a preseason game, and it's sold out in about 10 seconds.
Caitlin Clark didn't just join the WNBA. She's already taking over. The Indiana Fever's first preseason game sold out in just 1 hour. 1 hour. That's not just demand, that's a frenzy. Scalpers are probably scheming like Birdmen, flipping Fever tickets like they're Taylor Swift VIP passes. Meanwhile, over in Chicago, Angel Reese and company are preparing for their own preseason matchup against Brazil's national team. Sounds exciting, right? Well, not quite, because those tickets are still sitting there, untouched, collecting virtual dust on Ticketmaster.
And I'm gonna treat myself, man. Yeah, no, I'm going alone. I'm not gonna take anybody with me. If you want to come, you got to come yourself. It's $19, man. That's a ghetto tank of gas, man. But yeah, man. Asia Wilson, man, commanding $19.
Let's put this into perspective. Caitlin Clark and the Fever are facing an actual WNBA team, one that exists in the league, and fans couldn't grab those tickets fast enough. Meanwhile, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky are up against a team so obscure that most casual basketball fans couldn't name a single player. The result? Their ticket sales are looking less like a hot commodity and more like a failed Kickstarter campaign.
Such is the Caitlin Clark effect. And you know that the home faithful back in Iowa are going to be pumped up to see her back in the state where she made her name. 42 minutes. That's like back in the day when Rolling Stones tickets would go on sale. You try to go on Ticketmaster, they're gone. Taylor Swift is Swiftie territory when you're selling out in 42 minutes.
And the best part, the price difference. Caitlin Clark's game, you better have your credit card ready because those resale prices are climbing faster than rent in California. Meanwhile, Chicago Sky tickets? Let's just say if you've got $20 and a dream, you might find yourself courtside next to the mascot. The funniest part, Angel Reese and her crew have been talking a lot, nonstop. At this point, you'd think they were dropping a mixed steak with the way they've been promoting themselves. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark hasn't even said much. She just exists, and boom, sold out arenas.
So I ran across the Chicago Sky versus Brazil women's expedition game before the season, right? And these tickets are starting at $28 to get in, which is crazy to me. $28 to get in. That is wild. This is an expedition game, and you're telling me it's gonna cost $28 for me to get in? I mean, I could get in 31, 38. I mean, all over. I mean, a lot of these tickets are crazy. But I'm just like, it's not even about the price for me. I'm just thinking about, like, I'm comparing the Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky because they said that it was like Me Too. Like, you guys are watching women's basketball because of Me Too.
Let's be real. This isn't a one-time thing. The Fever's games are the hottest ticket in the league, while Angel Reese and the Sky are struggling just to get people in the door. What does that tell you? Maybe the fans see through the hype. Maybe watching actual elite basketball is more appealing than empty slogans and media-trained sound bites. Even Aja Wilson, who, let's be honest, acts like she invented basketball, has been throwing shade at Caitlin, trying to downplay her impact. But let's check the scoreboard. The Indiana Fever are selling tickets like they're the Beatles in 1964, while Aja's Aces are out here handing out 2-for-1 deals like a fast food drive-thru. The reality is Caitlin Clark is him or her, or whatever you want to call it. She's the one, and the numbers don't lie. Still in denial? Go check those ticket sites. Caitlin's game sold out. Angel Reese's game is a friendly reminder that supply is much greater than demand.
I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I'm still surprised because Indiana Fever preseason, not even like preseason, exhibition game, where the Indiana Fever are going to play the Brazilian national team at Cover Hockey Arena, Caitlin's college facility.
The WNBA players really thought they were immune to the Caitlin Clark effect. They saw ticket sales going through the roof and convinced themselves it was just a fluke. But reality hit them like a brick wall, and the receipts are brutal. And it's not just Angel Reese getting humbled. Aja Wilson is getting cooked too. Let's start with Angel Reese. She was talking spicy about how she's the reason people are watching. She had fans hyped, thinking her games would be selling out. But ticket sales? They said, try again. The Chicago Sky were supposed to ride the Reese wave straight to the bank, but the only thing they got was empty seats and discounted tickets. It's so bad that seats are selling for less than a McDonald's combo meal. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has people emptying their pockets just to stand in the building.
And the tickets were supposed to go on sale Friday morning, but they're sold out. So I really don't know what they're going to do about this. I guess it's just kind of like one of those missed opportunities. And, you know, a lot of people are saying they need to move this to a stadium because there's no doubt in Iowa, if you move this to a stadium, it would be sold out.
And then there's Aja Wilson. Oh, Aja really thought she was above the slander. She's been the WNBA's golden child for years, but guess what? The ticket prices don't lie. Aces tickets are plummeting faster than Angel Reese's three-point percentage. We're talking about a two-time MVP, a champion, the so-called face of the league, and yet her games are looking real affordable these days. Meanwhile, every time Caitlin Clark steps on the court, the entire arena turns into the Super Bowl. And these WNBA players keep trying to act like Caitlin Clark isn't the reason the league is finally making money. It's all of us, they say. Oh, really? Then why were tickets dirt cheap last year? Why weren't resellers making a fortune off WNBA games before? Why did nobody care when Aja Wilson was winning MVP it is? But now, the moment Caitlin Clark enters the league, ticket prices explode. Almost like she's the one bringing in the fans.
If you want to come, you got to come yourself. It's $19, man. That's a ghetto tank of gas, man. But yeah, man. Aja Wilson, man, commanding $19. And listen, man. If you really want to get jazzy, I mean, if you wanna, you know what I'm saying, if you want to wear your meat coat.
But no, they don't want to admit it. They'd rather convince themselves that people are suddenly waking up to their greatness. Meanwhile, teams are bending over backward to schedule their home games against the Indiana Fever just to cash in because they know that without Caitlin Clark, nobody's buying tickets. And Angel Reese and Aja Wilson are learning that the hard way. They wanted to believe the hype. They wanted to act like people were showing up for them. But now, they're watching Caitlin Clark sell out entire arenas while their own games have buy one, get 5 free deals. Aja Wilson can win as many championships as she wants. Angel Reese can talk as much as she wants. But the truth is in the money, and right now, the money is saying Caitlin Clark is the only one who moves the needle.
You know, a lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness, she and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last season. She accounted also for helping drive the numbers of merchandising up 500%. Of course, her jersey was #1.
WNBA. Weren't we just told the Aces are a dynasty, back-to-back champs, a super team, the future of the league? That's funny because their ticket prices are telling a different story. Some seats are going for less than $20. Yes, you read that right, $20. That's not even the price of a decent burger and fries in Vegas, but it'll get you a front row seat to watch the so-called face of the league. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark steps on the court, and the entire arena turns into the hottest ticket in town. So maybe A'ja Wilson didn't change the WNBA as much as she thinks, because if she did, fans wouldn't need a Groupon deal to show up.
Number one topic in sports, the face of the WNBA, Caitlin Clark. Every time this woman steps on the court, she's doing something that we've never seen before. She is officially the face of the league. There's no doubt about it. The numbers don't lie, whether it's viewership, whether it's ticket attendance, she's doing sold out days.
Look at the price of these tickets. This is like right after the tickets went on sale. So no good seats. $1,142 for a not very good seat. I'm guessing 10 grand minimum courtside to go see Caitlin Clark.
I mean, yeah, I think I saw the ticket prices. I guess the only thing is, like, I'm surprised we're not playing at the United Center. I thought that would have been really good for the game and really good for all the women's basketball fans in Chicago. So maybe there's a conflict of some sort that I don't know about. Obviously, that's a little above my pay grade.
So last night we read Time magazine where Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover and said the WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent that we have? Because when you just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings. And so now you're starting to hear stories of racism within the WNBA. And